Chapter 91. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Shui's face was pale, and her eyes were full of worry. Don't tell his father. Isn't this sending Lin Feng to his death? Jiang Long was his father's absolute confidant and the core figure who built the country back then. Although he is a younger brother, the relationship between the two is more complementary. Lin Shui also has to call him uncle. It's just that after Lin Xiong's power developed to its peak, the paths they chose were slightly different. He still couldn't let go of the Jianghu road, or more precisely, he left this road and didn't know what to do. Jiang Long has the breath of Jianghu in his bones, and he will never get rid of it in this life. He chose Sucheng and dominated the city in 5 years. Of course, Lin Feng also gave him a lot of help in secret. No, I have to call my dad. Uncle Long, you are going too far. Wait a minute. Suddenly, Zhang Song stopped Lin Shui, and a smile appeared on his face. You're still laughing. Isn't Lin Feng your elder brother? If you don't know Uncle Long's methods, something bad will happen. Brother Lin can't be in trouble. Xiao Xue, just listen to me. Lao Deng, Brother Lin asked me to tell you that the cause today will be the result tomorrow. When you are in trouble, no one can save you. Humph, I'll wait. Xiao Xue, come to my house if you're bored. Xiaoya misses you. Lin Shui's eyes flickered, and she murmured to herself, Uncle Long has changed. Xiao Xue, let's go, just wait for the news. Zhang Song, come back to me, what do you mean? I know who Uncle Long is best. Look for yourself, this is the text message Brother Lin just sent. Did he really say that? Wait, what's going on? Hasn't his phone been confiscated? Brother Lin is very capable. Okay, this is a serious matter. I have to find my dad. You hurry back, you just offended Uncle Long, maybe he will really take revenge on you. Zhang Song glanced at his phone again, his eyes full of confidence. No one can understand his admiration for Lin Feng, and he is the one who knows Lin Feng's true strength best in the world. The van heading to the outskirts of Sucheng was very fast and was about to leave the city. The situation in the car at this time was shocking. Lin Feng was sitting in the co-pilot seat, the rope that bound him had been loosened, and the co-pilot driver was nervous and sweating on his forehead, because a knife was against his waist. Chen Kong, Baldy, and Xiao Gang in the back car had been untied, but Uncle Long's younger brother was tied up. Chen Kong was in a state of confusion. It was too horrible. As soon as he got in the car, Lin Feng broke free from the restraints. The knot was a dead knot, and it could not be opened without external force. What happened next was even more outrageous. In the narrow space, Lin Feng shuttled back and forth like a loach, and in the blink of an eye, he controlled all the people in the car. Go down the gate in front, and then there is a piece of wasteland, and the car will be parked there. Brother, you are very powerful, but do you know Brother Long's methods? Swish. It hurts. It hurts me to death. The dagger had already pierced his waist by 1 centimeter, and Lin Feng asked, say it again, who is more powerful? You. You are more powerful. The younger brother who was driving had cold sweat on his forehead and fear in his eyes. 5 minutes later, the car stopped at a wasteland. There was no one nearby and the surroundings were overgrown with weeds. After Lin Feng and Chen Kong got out of the car, he suddenly glanced at the bushes in the distance. There are 3 red fire chains moving in the bushes. They are poisonous and aggressive, but not life-threatening. I'm sorry, guys. Whether you can get out depends on your luck. Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Lin Feng got into the bushes. Just when everyone didn't know what he was going to do, he came out with 3 spicy strips in his hand. Blood red, very eye-catching. You, what are you going to do? Don't be nervous, I'll find you a companion. He threw the 3 snakes into the car, closed the door, clapped his hands and said, let's go back to Sucheng. What are you doing? Standing there, Chen Kong swallowed his saliva, pointed at the van that made the scream, and said in a trembling voice, what should we do with them? Just let it go. Aren't you afraid of their revenge? Or alarming the police? A gleam of light flashed in Lin Feng's eyes, and he smiled. They dare to call the police? Chen Kang's pupils shrank slightly. and he asked in a deep voice, "You mean, these people are not clean and dare not call the police?" "So much nonsense, do you want revenge?" Chen Kang's expression changed, and a trace of hatred flashed in his eyes. "Jiang Long is powerful, far beyond his comparison. Today's incident almost killed his brother, but it is too difficult to avenge this revenge by himself. I want revenge, but that Uncle Long seems to know your friend. Don't worry, those people can be my friends, but they can also be my enemies. People, the key is how they choose." After Lin Feng finished speaking, he walked towards the road. "Brother Kong, what should we do? Leave by yourself or? You come back with me first, and then go home. I will go to avenge. Don't mess with this person in the future." He saw the horror of Lin Feng. With this strength, it would be easy to kill them all. Today, Lin Feng was very angry. What a bullshit Uncle Long. No matter what his relationship with Jiang Shui and Lin Xiong is, even the King of Heaven can't save him. He looked down on all living beings with a high and mighty attitude. Who does he think he is? He is just an outdated big brother in the underworld, and Lin Feng discovered his true thoughts in his heart. It can be said that he is a rebel. If he is not eliminated, there will be endless troubles. At 11 o'clock in the evening, Lin Feng brought Chen Kong to the door of the restaurant. The surrounding businesses have closed, but several unidentified people are throwing things at the rolling door. What are these people doing? Setting fire to the store. What? Setting fire to the store? Jiang Long's people. To avenge your girlfriend? First of all, she is not my girlfriend, and this is not just revenge. Take a picture of him. What? Take a picture. Chen Kong finally reacted and took out his phone to start filming. In a 3-story luxury villa in Sucheng, Jiang Long was smoking a cigar with a gloomy face. There were more than a dozen missed calls on his phone from Lin Xiong, and more than 20 missed calls from other people. The 3 younger brothers who were responsible for handling Lin Feng lost contact. He played with the flying knife in his hand, his face becoming more and more indifferent. "Brother Long, the person who did the work is back. Where are the restaurant owner and his wife? They were severely injured, and as you said, they let go." Brother Xiong, don't blame me. Once you enter this circle, you can't just quit if you want to. You said you'd retire, but I don't believe it. After all, I still have to mix with it. He muttered to himself, his eyes cold. "Brother Long, take care of those 3 guys who haven't come back yet." "I know, but these 3 guys shouldn't be able to make a big wave." "Send someone to check what's going on." "Yes." "Hey if those guys neglect their duties, let them disappear." "Understood, Brother Long." Chapter 92. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Long has long been dissatisfied with his current social status. Moreover, he is still in the underworld. If he wants to become a real boss, Lin Xiong must disappear. Otherwise, even if he quits the underworld, he will always be superior to him. What annoys him most is that the other party has quit the underworld, but he always relies on his seniority and insists on his old ways, and is determined not to let him touch the business of banned drugs. He made a lot of efforts to make Lin Xiong the overlord, and he is unwilling to accept it. He has great ambitions and has always restrained himself, but Lin Feng's matter is an opportunity. Chen Kong is nothing. Even if he kills Zhang Song and Lin Shui, he will not have any objection. The main reason is that Lin Feng is too hateful. Lin Xiong actually asked him to serve unconditionally if Lin Feng needs help in Sucheng in the future. This is a fart. The night is hazy, the moonlight is covered by dark clouds, and it becomes dark outside the window. Bang! Lin Feng held a brick and smashed it on the head of a black-clad man. Blood immediately flowed down, and the man fell to the ground with his eyes rolled up. Fuck, none of them can stand being hit. Lin Feng curled his lips, his tone was very dissatisfied. At the door, he cut off the main line of the surveillance, and took Chen Kong to climb over the wall from the backyard. This was the 8th time he had hit him. Damn, it makes me angry just by looking at it, damn it. Lin Feng thought about being hijacked by this group of crooked people, picked up a brick and hit the unconscious man's face 7 or 8 times. breaking 7 or 8 of his teeth. Chen Kong was so scared that he quickly said, "Stop hitting me. You'll be dead soon if you hit me like this." "What are you afraid of? We're accomplices anyway." "Fuck, brother, big brother, don't play with me, okay?" "Damn, are you afraid? Well, I'll give you some face." Lin Feng stood up and clapped his hands, and Chen Kong breathed a sigh of relief. He was glad that Jiang Long had intervened, otherwise, the grass on his grave would be 2 meters high now. This man was not just ordinary cruel. He exhaled, raised his head, and his face froze again. "You, what are you doing?" Lin Feng raised a flower pot and was aiming at the bodyguard's feet. "What? Add some color to his life." Clang. The flower pot broke, and a scream resounded through the sky. There were hurried footsteps in the living room, and a dark shadow appeared in the yard, staring at Lin Feng blankly. "Damn, it's too brutal." Chen Kang's veins popped out. He felt a chill on his back. He really escaped at that time. Who could stand this? Suddenly, Jiang Long's voice appeared in front of him, and he felt a little sorry for Lao Deng. Why bother to provoke such a pervert? "Who is it?" "Lao Deng, me, Lin Feng. Damn, we don't know each other in just a few hours." "How is it possible?" "I said I would come to find you." The dark clouds dispersed, the moonlight fell, and Lin Feng's handsome face was full of weirdness. Jiang Long had also seen big storms, but at this moment his heart was full of fear. Suddenly, the mobile phone in his pocket rang. Lin Feng glanced at it and smiled. "Answer the phone, I won't attack you." Jiang Long hesitated for a moment, took out the mobile phone and put it to his ear. "Brother Long, something happened. The van has been found. Our people are dead." "Killed?" "No. No, they were bitten to death by a poisonous snake. The fatal wound was on the neck." Jiang Long's hands trembled, and he looked at Lin Feng in horror. "Boss? Boss? Well, you find a way to deal with it. I hope this is an accident." "Okay, I know." He didn't let Hey Hu come back. The young man in front of him needed him to re-examine him. After hanging up the phone, he narrowed his eyes and asked, "It seems that I underestimated you. Brother Xiong's vision is still so mature. You are really not simple. Don't say anything like whether you are interested in cooperating with you." "I am not interested." Jiang Long's pupils shrank, revealing a nervous look. He didn't understand why this young man was so calm, as if he could see through his inner thoughts. "Mr. Lin, these days, people are out for money. There's no harm in cooperating with me." "Why? Are you selling banned drugs or fighting with me?" "What are you talking about?" "Nonsense. Do you dare to say that you have no connection with banned drug gangs abroad?" Suddenly, Jiang Long jumped up, picked up an iron ball from the flower bed and rushed towards Lin Feng. Chen Kong was shocked and subconsciously wanted to attack, but a black shadow passed in front of him. Clang, the iron shovel fell to the ground, and a figure flew out 3 or 4 meters and fell heavily to the ground. Chen Kong was stunned. He finally saw clearly that the figure was Lin Feng, and the one who flew out was Jiang Long. It was so terrifying, he didn't even see how Lin Feng made the move. "You, what do you want to do? You dare to kill me in broad daylight? If I don't kill you, how can I kill you in a society ruled by law? Chen Kong, why are you still standing there? Go and show your true strength." His eyes were full of confusion, not pretending. He really didn't know what Lin Feng meant by this. "A famous thief in the southern district of Sucheng, what? Can't you even open the safe in his house?" "No, you can't touch the safe. I can give you money if you want." Jiang Long was so scared that he broke out in a cold sweat, as if there was something very important in the safe. Chen Kong was stunned for a moment, and a bright light flashed in his eyes. A man like Jiang Long, who has been in the underworld for so long, would have no stains. This is impossible. If there really is no stains, it would be a ghost. Most of the things in this safe are things that cannot be seen in the light. Thinking of this, he looked at Lin Feng fiercely. "You are a smart kid, I didn't misjudge you." "Lin, Mr. Lin, you have a good relationship with that girl, and it seems that his father has a special relationship with this old man. How do you explain this? Who do I need to explain to? The choice is not mine. I understand, leave it to me. Chen Kong understood it immediately, and Lin Feng didn't care about his relationship with Lin Xiong at all. But it is a bit difficult to report this old dang, mainly because it is difficult to explain this burglary. Mr. Lin, the burglary attempt failed, and the owner's major criminal information was found, and the theft was stopped. The police were reported, and he shouldn't be in jail for long. Is this a bit unfair to you? I hope there will be a rainbow after the storm. After Chen Kong finished speaking, he looked at Jiang Long with a fierce look on his face. You, what are you going to do? What? I'll knock you out on the spot and prepare to steal. Don't come over here. Chen Kong rushed forward and kicked Jiang Long unconscious, and Lin Feng had already climbed over the wall and disappeared into the night without looking back. Who doesn't want to stand out in life? Chen Kong also wanted to, but he had no choice before. Lin Feng was full of mystery, terrifying strength, able to manipulate people's hearts at will, and most importantly, he was very principled in doing things. He saw hope. If he could change his life and let the people around him live with dignity, what would it matter if he suffered a little grievance? Chapter 93. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Kong would surrender himself, but because he reported evidence of Jiang Long's major crimes, he was detained for 1 day, was educated, and was released. It is always inconvenient for a person to act alone. This young man is loyal and principled, and he does some side jobs for a living. Although he has taken a lot of business as a substitute, he has never really disabled anyone, and the medical expenses are paid in full. There is no absolute good and evil in this world, and Lin Feng has his own understanding. At 3 a.m., Lin Feng, who used a replica identity, walked out of a rental house and disappeared into the night. In the rental house, 2 yellow-haired people hugged each other and shivered. Is that Wang Dehai who was shot dead not long ago? Of course it is. Damn it. Why are they punishing evil and promoting good? Don't worry about it. Maybe he has a guilty conscience. Let's confess. Confess. We must confess. This guy is too scary. We don't need to take risks. It's haunted. I think the boss is in trouble. You're right. Let's turn ourselves in. The next day, at 11 o'clock in the morning, Lin Feng was awakened by the sound of the door opening. Lin Shui looked worried, but when she saw Lin Feng, she showed joy. Are you really okay? Ah. I'm fine, what could possibly happen? Lin Shui breathed a sigh of relief, but then his expression changed again. He asked tentatively, how is Uncle Long? What about Lao Deng? He's probably screwed. Ah. Did you kill him? He's screwed. Then run away. I'll cover you. When his men come looking for you, I'll take care of you. By the way, I have to stop my dad. If you kill Uncle Long, my dad will definitely go berserk. The gangster daughter with mixed feelings in her heart, in order to exonerate you and avoid retaliation, she plans to bet on herself. Let dad compromises. There are 10 minutes left. Lin Xiong will arrive at the scene. He regrets being late, but he is afraid of your mysterious background and dares not have any thoughts of revenge. When he is in a dilemma, he learns the truth about Jiang Long's crime and the fact that he was almost framed. He feels scared and feels grateful that you saved him. He is more convinced that you are the boss. Lin Feng. Lin Feng. Don't talk nonsense. I didn't kill anyone. Jiang Long is not dead. Fortunately, I was scared to death. The TV was turned on Suching satellite TV, and an urgent news was interrupted. Breaking news, a thief broke into the house and found evidence of his crime in the homeowner's safe. The thief has now surrendered himself and handed over the homeowner's account transactions for selling contraband, including 3 records of prohibited drug transactions. The thief's name, Chen Kong, a gangster in the southern area of Suzhou City. He usually makes a living by collecting protection fees and stealing. This time, He wanted to make some living expenses, but he accidentally found evidence of the homeowner's crime and found 2 homemade firearms in the safe. According to the information provided by the police, the homeowner's name is Jiang Long. More than 10 years ago, he was a gangster in Shanghai. He was a so-called gangster. He has set up his own business in Suzhou City in the past 5 years. He owns many KTVs, entertainment cities, and high-end bathrooms. He is financially strong. Lin Shui was shocked. She thought she was dreaming. Jiang Long was in jail. And he was reported by the gangster yesterday. Wasn't he kidnapped with Lin Feng? Currently, legal experts and well-known lawyers have commented that this is the thief with the most correct values in history. His theft saved countless lives. Due to this special situation, the police will most likely withdraw the criminal lawsuit against him. Pay attention to this station to understand the subsequent development of the case. Just after the news was broadcast, Lin Feng's doorbell rang urgently. Lin Feng lowered the screen of his mobile phone and the door opened automatically. Uncle Xiong, don't be impulsive. If you do this, Brother Lin will be angry. Zhang Song actually followed behind Lin Xiong, fearing that he would be too impulsive and use violence against Lin Feng. Lin Shui also stopped in front of Lin Feng and frowned, saying, "Dad, have you read the news? It's all Uncle Long's fault, and it was obviously him who went too far yesterday. If Lin Feng doesn't have any skills and is taken away by Uncle Long, what will be the consequences? Don't you know?" Lin Xiong ignored the 2 young men, but looked at Lin Feng countless times, and finally breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, Mr. Lin is fine, otherwise he would be completely finished. The former underworld boss was frightened, fearing that the mysterious young man would be hurt. Seeing that he was safe, he felt relieved. His former younger brother was arrested. He believed that he had offended this mysterious young man. He felt extremely sad and felt guilty towards him. Jiang Long was killed by me. Old Lin, you are not happy. No, he didn't listen to advice and insisted on going all the way to the end. However, the relationship between him and me, hey, Mr. Lin, forget it. The boss who feels guilty about you and regrets the downfall of his old brother, he thinks that it was because he told him about you that the conflict was triggered and he eventually destroyed himself. The biggest characteristic of the old-school gangsters is loyalty, but this is also a shortcoming. Sometimes it will hurt themselves. Dear audience, there is new progress in the case of burglary and finding that the owner is a drug lord. 2 gangsters turned themselves in 5 minutes ago and reported that Jiang Long threatened them to frame his former brother for the serious injury and disability of a restaurant owner and his wife. The police have launched an investigation. Before Lin Xiong could react, his cell phone rang, picked it up and saw that it was his trusted subordinate calling. "Hello, tell me." "Boss, the police asked you to go, Long." Jiang Long didn't keep his promise. He hired people to beat the restaurant owner and his wife into disability and put the blame on you. Then why did you suddenly confess again? It is said that they met a ghost. Anyway, it is hard to explain. The 2 were scared and vomited everything out at once. Fuck, brother, the Suzhou police are looking for you. Do you need to use your connections? No, I haven't done anything wrong. Remember, we are ordinary people now. Drive to Jinhuyuan to pick me up. After hanging up the phone, he was in a state of anxiety. His mood became complicated, his chest was beating, and he felt heartache. Lao Lin, you are no longer in the underworld, and don't keep silent. Is this your brother? Hey, I was wrong, Mr. Lin, thank you. Why thank me, you didn't do anything to me. Lin Xiong's heart trembled, and he suddenly felt a chill on his back. If he made the wrong choice, or still missed the old relationship, and made trouble for Lin Feng regardless of right or wrong, what would be the consequences? Mr. Lin, I'll go to the police station first. Xiao Xue, you have to be obedient and don't cause trouble for Mr. Lin. Looking at Lin Xiong who left in a hurry, Lin Shui breathed a sigh of relief. She curled her lips and said, I'm obedient, and I have the nerve to say it. Who is worrying about me now? I'm getting more and more ignorant. On the contrary, Tian Gang, a filial daughter, is awesome. Chapter 94. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Xiong's heart was beating so hard that he didn't dare to stay even after being scolded by his daughter. He left Lin Feng's house without stopping and went straight to the police station. Although Jiang Long committed a capital crime and it seemed very serious at the moment, there was almost no room for maneuver. It was indeed heartbreaking that he wanted to harm himself, but Jiang Long was also his brother for many years and had blocked a knife for him before. He had to think of a way to see him for the last time, as a way to send him off. The traces of his involvement in the society had been almost wiped out, so Lin Xiong was not afraid of being implicated, and although he had done a lot of fighting and killing, he would never do a few things from beginning to end. He had never forced a good woman into prostitution or sold banned drugs. This was also the reason why he was determined to clear his name. At Lin Feng's house, Zhang Song was full of admiration, and Lin Feng had become a god in his heart. He had never met such a fierce man since he was a child. Lin Shui was very calm, but there was a hint of gratitude and a different feeling in the depths of her eyes. The daughter of the underworld, who thought that no man in the world could make her heart move, was a little confused at the moment. Lin Feng, thank you. If it weren't for you, my dad would have been in big trouble. Don't get me wrong, I'm not doing this for you. It's that Uncle Long who is too arrogant. Okay, you guys can stay if you want. I'll go out for a while. Brother Lin, wait a minute. I'll go with you. Zhang Song, what do you mean? Lin Shui frowned and asked. You are the eldest sister-in-law now. Now that the eldest brother has left, is it appropriate for me to stay with you? 5 minutes later, Lin Feng sent Zhang Song away and went to a tea house and asked for a private room. Sitting by the window, the system panel popped up in front of him. The intelligence record column showed the latest intelligence 10 minutes ago. During the trial of Jiang Long, the other party will bite you. Tell the police that you set a snake to bite 3 of his men to death, and broke into his house to instruct Qin Kong to report the crime, which will bring you a lot of trouble. Tip, please be sure to solve the trouble. After 3 days, the criminal will be escorted to the court for trial. This is your last chance. Lin Feng felt a headache. He was still too careless and a little floating. This time it was his turn to sweat. The snake release matter can be fooled. Originally, the other party chose a road without surveillance to kidnap them, and he was very careful, but what happened in Jiang Long's house, once bitten, even if there was no evidence, it would bring him a lot of trouble. He had to deal with the mess he made himself. In desperation, he opened the mobile phone software and began to search for related news, hoping to find a way to deal with it. Unfortunately, half an hour later, he still had no clue. The range of 3 days was too general. He went there every day, which was easy to arouse other suspicion. Moreover, his current ability was still not enough. The car escort flashed by, and all his skills were flashing in his eyes, so he didn't have time to operate. Besides, Jiang Long is now a serious criminal, and the security must be strict. The perspective function is limited, and the escort vehicle may not be able to penetrate, so the operability is not high. It's over. Is he going to run away with a bucket? Too cruel, just pretending to be tough, and finally bluffing Lin Xiong. This run, all the previous efforts are in vain. The whole world belongs to the king. Where can he run? Once Jiang Long bites him, there is no guarantee that his past will not be discovered by the police. Just the fact that something will happen wherever he appears is enough to be investigated. Fuck your uncle. Lin Feng cursed inwardly. The system is not kind. The vision in front of him suddenly blurred, but only for a moment, and it even made people feel that it was an illusion. A very strange feeling appeared, as if he had entered a time-space tunnel, and all obstacles seemed unable to stop his sharp eyes. A building was penetrated, a wall, and when the vision was restored, the scene in front of him shocked Lin Feng. In front of him was a lake, which was the moat of Sioux City, about 50 meters away from the tea house, but there were many buildings blocking the way in the middle. Although the private room was on the 2nd floor, it was impossible to see that position. What's going on? Did the gold finger upgrade? Your troubles have been detected, and the system functions have been fully upgraded. 1. The perspective distance of the eye of perspective has increased from the original 1.5 meters to 50 meters. and the obstructions within the area will be invalid. 2. The eye of perspective integrates all functions that rely on the eyes, including the eye of replica, visual imaging, justice value, evil value viewing, infusion, etc. Functions that require points must maintain sufficient points. Fuck, this dog system is playing extreme operations again. Is it just to give yourself a sense of surprise? I have to say, this operation is hateful, but every time I feel full of anticipation, who knows the pleasure of feeling like I'm about to die, and suddenly I'm revived with full blood. Tip, use the future headlines function to get relevant specific information. Yes, I'm like a fool. I've been nervous here for a long time. Why did I forget this function? Jiang Long's incident has caused a huge sensation not only in Sucheng, but also in the whole country, especially in the surrounding cities. A wave of anti-gangsterism has been set off again. This matter has nothing to do with Lin Feng, he has to solve his crisis quickly. He took out his mobile phone and glanced at it. The screen burst into a white light, points-10W, 325W remaining, future headlines *10 have been sent. The light dissipated, and Lin Feng saw 10 future news, all of which were headlines. At a glance, wow, they were all related to Jiang Long. However, one of the news made him sweat. Breaking news, gangster Jiang Long insisted in court that someone broke into his home on the night of his arrest, violently beat him, and killed 3 of his men. He claimed that the thief Chen Kong had a close relationship with the young man named Lin Feng. Shocked. After the Suzhou police failed to summon Lin Feng, they went to his residence, but the other party had left. The police have now issued a nationwide arrest warrant for him. A cold wind blew, and Lin Feng felt a chill on his back, and was actually soaked with cold sweat. He was still careless and a little bit arrogant before. His eyes continued to move downwards. Fortunately, he ran away and was not caught. It was normal. He was so fucking cheating, but he could still be caught. He might as well buy a piece of tofu and kill himself. Finally, in the last headline, he found the information he wanted. According to the official report of Suzhou City, the criminal Jiang Long will be handed over to the prosecutor at 12 noon on September 22. Before that, he will continue to be detained in Suzhou City Bureau. Lin Feng exhaled deeply, paid the bill and left the tea house. It would be dangerous to wait any longer for such a thing. He had to leave here quickly and solve the trouble. After thinking about it, Lin Feng still felt that the only safest thing in this world was the dead. Chapter 95. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This trouble has been solved, and I will never be so careless again. The next day, Lin Feng went out early. Anyway, there was free labor at home, so he didn't bother to care. In the ramen shop outside Jinhuiyuan, Lin Feng ordered a bowl of meat and egg double flight and started to slurp. My home is near the municipal bureau. Recently, a gangster boss was arrested. Don't mention it. Every day, there are license plates from the provincial capital in and out of the bureau. It's so scary. Auntie, what are you afraid of? The gangster boss can't escape now. Hey, it's just scary. I'm going to travel today to relax, otherwise I'll be bored at home. After Lin Feng slurped the last mouthful of noodles, he listened to the conversation between the guests at the table next to him and the auntie who served the noodles in the ramen shop, and his heart was moved. After paying the bill, he walked out of the noodle shop, glanced back at the auntie behind him, and went into the alley next door. Points-30W, remaining, 295W. Character duplication successful. Character, Zhang Cuifan, age, 58, identity, retired worker, ramen shop waiter. In an instant, Lin Feng obtained all the other parties' information. Now that he has enough points, there is no need to save them. With the previous lessons, safety is still the first priority. My aunt is leaving Sucheng tonight, and I just happened to borrow her identity to do something. At 8 o'clock in the evening, Lin Feng appeared at the gate of an old new village. Across the street is the Sucheng Municipal Bureau. Lin Feng looked at himself in a floral dress and was speechless, although his appearance and body shape have become Zhang Cuifan now. The dress of an ordinary housewife will not attract anyone's attention at all. Lin Feng mixed in the green belt of the community, following a group of elderly people to swing their arms for fitness, but his eyes have penetrated the layers of protection and came to a detention room. There are more than 20 cameras here, and there are guards with guns and nuclear bombs at the door, a total of 4, in this era, and in a developed area. Jiang Long is considered to be guilty. In the iron cage, this guy hung his head, with handcuffs on his hands and feet, a down-and-out gangster. He did all kinds of evil, including human trafficking, selling banned drugs, opening large underground casinos, hiring murders, etc. The gangster who is deeply imprisoned regrets that he should not be so careless and so high-profile without investigating the other party's identity, but he will not give up. He will expose Lin Feng at the trial, and even if he dies, he will drag him into the water. It's too bad. He was targeted from beginning to end. At that time, it was he who found someone to send him and Chen Kong abroad. What's the difference between this and killing them? If he was just an ordinary person, it is conceivable that he would have become fertilizer for the black soil abroad. Never think in other people's shoes, because you will never think in other people's shoes. Exchange entry modifier *1, points -30W, remaining points, 265W. Target entry read successfully. A down-and-out gangster. He was controlled by the police. He is currently in good health, but his mentality is broken, and he feels very angry inside. However, his strong psychological quality makes his emotions and blood pressure normal, so he will not be angry to death for the time being. How should this entry be changed? If he dies, will something happen? Hint: if he dies during detention, the relevant departments will bear the corresponding responsibility, but if it is a sudden illness caused by force majeure, no one will be punished. Fortunately, Lin Feng breathed a sigh of relief. It's okay to be selfish to save your life, but you can't harm the police. This has nothing to do with the Virgin Mary. It's mainly moral constraints. After all, my 3 views are still positive. Entering the entry modification mode, the target editable entry has been displayed. Please complete the modification within 2 hours. Entry modification completed. Modified entry. A down-and-out gangster. He was controlled by the police. Currently he is in poor health, and his mentality is broken. He feels angry inside, but his strong psychological quality makes him emotionally normal. His blood pressure is very high, and he will be angry to death soon. After modifying the entry, Lin Feng couldn't wait to use his eyes to penetrate the layers of obstacles and saw Jiang Long in the cage. This guy was actually much more decadent than before, and his face was a little paler. The speed of this feedback was too fast. 10 minutes later, the gangster who was tortured by the depression in his heart will die of a sudden myocardial infarction. Death leave. 15 minutes later. Lin Feng left the community entertainment area, mixed in the crowd, and disappeared. No one noticed this ordinary old lady. 7 days later, at the gate of Suching Detention Center, Lin Feng sat in the co-pilot of Zhang Song's BMW X5, and a familiar figure appeared in front of him. Chen Kong, here. Lin Feng waved his hand, and Chen Kong came quickly with a package on his shoulder. Get in the car, what are you standing there for? Chen Kong hesitated, then drove doors sat in the back seat. Don't come back in the future. If you go to this place a few times, you will be useless. Mr. Lin, I heard that Jiang Long died. Yes, he had a heart attack while in custody and died after failed rescue. It serves him right. He has no bottom line. It's okay to be involved in gangs, but he also sells those things that hurt people. Zhang Song cursed. He didn't like Jiang Long at all, but Chen Kong didn't respond, but stared at the background blankly. The rearview mirror in the car can see his expression clearly. Chen Kong, what's wrong with you? Lin Feng looked at the rearview mirror and asked with a smile. I heard that Jiang Long was healthy before he went in, without any diseases. Except for his emotional outburst, there was nothing wrong. Why did he die suddenly? I don't know about that. Maybe it's retribution, as Zhang Song said. Oh. Chen Kong agreed and leaned back in the back seat, not knowing what he was thinking. Brother Lin, isn't this guy in there? How come he knows everything? Zhang Song frowned, with a puzzled expression. In the detention center, you have no way to contact the outside world, let alone knowing these. Even some big news is impossible to know, unless it is the Yenjing news at 7 o'clock every night, but Jiang Long's affairs are not qualified to be reported. Xiao Song, there are many things you don't know. Our suching gossip-mongering, can we hide anything from him? Even if he is sentenced to life imprisonment, Chen Kong can know the big things happening outside. Fuck, this kid is so awesome. Zhang Song was so shocked that he couldn't speak. Okay, you go back to Songtao Pavilion first, I will contact you if there is anything. Chen Kong, go to the tea house and sit for a while. Oh. Okay. After the two got off the car, Zhang Song drove away. He now obeyed Lin Feng's words and would not question them at all. Mr. Lin has a very good younger brother. Chen Kong, are you interested in becoming my younger brother? Me? Don't refuse first, let's go in and talk slowly. Lin Feng smiled faintly and went into the tea house. Chen Kong thought for a moment and followed him in. The window of the private room on the second floor has a good view, and you can see a large area of ancient buildings in Suzhou. Sit down, tell me about your future plans. Chen Kong was stunned, and sat down without hesitation. Chapter 96. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The scent of tea filled the entire private room, and just smelling it could calm people down. Your two younger brothers are fine. I gave them 20,000 yuan each and arranged proper jobs for them. Thank you, Mr. Lin. I will remember your kindness. Stop, you can't repay my kindness. Besides, I saved your life. Chen Kong was silent for a long time, and said a little unconvinced, I reported Jiang Long at that time. Does this help you clear your relationship? Okay, now Jiang Long is dead, you can report me and see if it works. Lin Feng's eyes seemed gentle, but when he looked at him, Chen Kong felt like a thorn in his back, and there was a feeling of coldness in his heart. Chen Kong, your exact age is unknown. When you were adopted by the orphanage, you had no identity certificate. 10 years ago, the Aimin orphanage was closed due to financial problems. You didn't want to go to another city and started living on the streets. In the past 5 years, you met Baldi and Xiaojiang, and mainly relied on paid substitutes and stolen money to make a living. But you still have a conscience and know how to use your money to compensate the victim for medical expenses. You are quite principled. How do you know so much? Chen Kong couldn't sit still. Although he had guessed in his heart that Lin Feng was not simple, he knew all his background information, which still made people feel scared. Don't be nervous. If you really rely on these to make a living, not to mention that you can't support yourself, I'm afraid you have been in prison for a long time. Your main means of making a living is to help people get information, all kinds of information, official, underworld, and all walks of life in Sucheng. The reputation of being a gossip is well deserved. Every time you get information, you can get a reward ranging from 2Q to 5W, but the income is very unstable, which is also the reason why you are hungry and full. Lin Feng took out a craft paper Ziploc bag like a magic trick and put it on the table. This simple action surprised Chen Kong, because he didn't see where the Ziploc bag was taken out from. He is a ceiling-level existence among the three hands. It only takes a few seconds to take out a wallet from an ordinary person's pocket, check how much money is in it, and then put it back. As a result, he didn't see anything just now. Don't be stunned. There are always people outside the sky. Look at what's inside. Chen Kong took out the file bag and found that it was a file printed out from a computer document. There are many words, but they are all neatly listed. At the age of 5, I fought with a 10-year-old kid in an orphanage and was thrown into a toilet. At the age of 8, I took revenge successfully. My 12-year-old enemy was put in a sack and hit 3 times with a club, resulting in a broken nose. At the age of 10, the orphanage was closed and I was living on the street. The first time I stole 10 yuan from a passerby, I was caught and beaten. 3 days later, you burned down the house of the person who beat you. At the age of 12, you have become the king of children in the area around Suzhou railway station, leading a group of people to steal and collect protection fees. At the age of 14, because you were too high profile, you were dealt with by the local underworld, the gang fell apart, and you were discounted. Fortunately, you were saved by a good actor, so you didn't have sequelae. At the age of 15, you went to Red Romance for the first time and ordered technician number 12, but you backed out at the last minute and ran away. At the age of 16, you were caught peeping at Hong Jie next door taking a bath in a rental house in the urban village. That night you became a man. Lines of shocking information made Chen Kong panic. These unbearable memories emerged in his mind like movie clips. This experience, which had long been sealed, was the one he least wanted to think about. This was his darkest moment. Why did Lin Feng know so clearly? He was only a few years old more than a decade ago. Isn't this too outrageous? Although you have been doing well in the past few years, you have offended many people. Although you paid the medical expenses, you did deliberately hurt people. Mr. Lin, are you threatening you? Seeing that Lin Feng didn't speak, Chen Kong sighed. His expression was helpless. Actually, you saved me in the van. I was very grateful at the time. I'm not regretting it. I'm just used to freedom and don't like being controlled. I know, who likes to be controlled? With your ability, the sky is high and the birds fly freely. How comfortable it is to rob the rich and help the poor by yourself. Chen Kong didn't comment. Since the words came to this, he planned to speak frankly. Lin Feng is not simple. You can know his past, but he still wants freedom. Such a powerful person should be very reasonable. I am very reasonable. I don't care, but someone will not let you go. Ah. What do you mean? Jiang Long is a real gangster. If he dies, the whole Suchin gangster. I'm afraid everyone knows that you reported it. Chen Kang's pupils dilated, and he looked at Lin Feng in shock. Yes, I asked you to do this, but no one knew it. According to the rules, if you are dealt with, those big brothers who are lower than Jiang Long can take his place. I don't believe it. Then you try. Chen Kong shook his head and said, I'm leaving first, Mr. Lin. If you have any questions, you can always ask me for help, but forget about following you. He pushed the door and walked out, leaving the private room. The young man who was about to be retaliated was blocked by gangsters on the first floor of the tea house 1 minute later. His 2 followers were blocked in the hospital at the same time. Lin Feng called Lin Xiong. Hello, it's me. Has Mr. Lin arrived at the hospital? Well, thank you. After hanging up the phone, he dialed a number again, which turned out to be 110. Hello, there is a gangster in the Baixing tea house, who has blocked my friend. Yes, right now. I am here too. Thanks. Lin Feng hung up the phone, got up and followed him out. On the first floor, a middle-aged man who looked to be in his early 40s, with 8 younger brothers, surrounded Chen Kong in the middle. Who are you? You are Chen Kong. Just came out today. What are you doing? What? Brother Long was ordered by you, right? Take him away. What are you doing, kidnapping in broad daylight? All of you squat down. Suddenly, a group of police appeared from all around. The gangsters were startled and squatted on the ground skillfully. Comrade police, misunderstanding, all misunderstanding, we just want to treat him to a meal, we are all friends, all friends. Friend? We don't know you. At this time, Lin Feng also walked out of the tea house. Did you call the police just now? A policeman asked Lin Feng. Yes, I also saw it from the window, so I called the police. Humph, you are so brave. Jiang Long has just been arrested, and you are restless. Take them all away. After a brief inquiry, the crowd of spectators dispersed. Lin Feng smiled and said, How is it? Is it troublesome? This situation may continue for a while in the future. Can you handle it? Chen Kong lowered his head and remained silent. Ding-ling-ling. A series of rapid mobile phone rings sounded. Chen Kong picked it up and glanced at it. It turned out to be Baldy calling. Answer it. They are your best friends and your only concern. He was a smart man. Hearing Lin Feng's words, he shuddered and quickly picked up the phone. As soon as he heard the words on the other end of the phone, cold sweat broke out on his forehead, but he soon breathed a sigh of relief and relaxed. Baldy, remember, don't run around, stay in the hospital with Xiao Jiang. Okay, I'll come to see you in a few days. After hanging up the phone, he raised his head and looked at Lin Feng with burning eyes, and said in a firm tone, Mr. Lin, I give in. Chapter 97. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Okay, 20,000 yuan a month as basic salary, and I'll pay your social security based on your merits, okay? 20,000 yuan. Too little. Ah. No, Mr. Lin, I think it's a bit too much. How much? Your ability is worthy of this money, and I'm not giving it to you for nothing. There may be some more dangerous tasks for you to complete in the future. Of course, if you complete the task well, in addition to the salary, there will be bonuses. All this is like a dream for Chen Kong. He was hired and paid social security. A monthly salary of 20,000 yuan is probably beyond 90% of the workers. Lin Feng was holding a cigarette with a smile on his face, but he was very happy in his heart. Chen Kang's biggest wish is a stable job. As for what kind of job it is, it doesn't matter, as long as it is not robbery and endangering social security, he is willing to do it. Not to mention a monthly salary of 20,000 yuan, even if it is 3,000 yuan, he is willing, but no one will hire him. Lin Feng threw out this olive branch. And he had no reason to refuse. Sure enough, Chen Kong thought for a moment, and his eyes gradually became firm. Mr. Lin, thank you for thinking highly of me. I will give you my life from now on. I don't want my life. This is you. You have to cherish it. Let's go and sit somewhere else. On the second floor of Songtao Pavilion, the office that originally belonged to Zhang Feng has now changed its owner. Zhang Song was very excited. It was really good to hang out with brother Lin. He even had younger brothers. He also became the big brother. Xiao Song, what are you thinking? Chen Kong has special skills. He is not your younger brother. Lin Feng nodded at him with a smile. Brother Lin, don't get me wrong. That's not what I meant. Zhang Song quickly explained. Everyone should get along well with each other. Xiao Chen will be an employee of Songtao Pavilion in the future. Mr. Lin, brother Song, don't worry, I will definitely cooperate with you in the future. Xiao Chen, don't be polite, we are all family. If you follow brother Lin, you will have 9 meals a day and no 2 meals are the same. Zhang Song is a smart guy. He can't hide his little thoughts from Lin Feng, so he quickly changed his face. Moreover, he has seen Chen Kang's strength. With him, Songtao Pavilion will have fewer troubles in the future. Chen Kong, you will work here in the future. By the way, you can also learn antique appraisal. Maintain order here at ordinary times and don't let people make trouble. Mr. Lin, don't worry, I will take care of these things. Zhang Song's eyes turned and smiled. Brother Lin, I will pay your salary in the future. Are you sure? 20,000 a month, and you have to pay social security. Of course I'm sure. With you here, am I afraid that I can't make money? He was a smart man. Lin Feng gave him all the things he won from Wang Long and his son, except for stamps and coins. Moreover, Lin Feng also gave him a lot of good things in private. Now the store has sufficient supply, and it is only a matter of time to make money. Lin Feng was very satisfied. He really did not make a mistake in choosing a person. He gave the two a few instructions and left Songtao Pavilion. When he got home, Lin Shui had already left, and a note was pressed on the table. The sanitation is done, and my wife has finished washing. I will help you tidy up the room. I'm going to work. I'll come back tomorrow. Is this woman still looking for a job? Lin Feng almost laughed out loud. Does the daughter of a gangster need to go out to work? He used his perspective eyes to look at the next door. The person was indeed not at home, so he was too lazy to care. There was no choice before, but now there is a choice. It is better to put aside the love for the children. Jiang Long's case was caused by his own arrogance, and he almost got himself burned. He had to sound a warning bell for himself. When you were at the bottom of society and were an ant, it didn't matter whether you died or not, but the situation is different now. Good days are still ahead, so he doesn't want to die. This broken system just likes to play exciting games, and it's not afraid of playing me to death. Hint, after the system owner dies, a new successor will appear after several years. Damn, you're threatening me? Lin Feng narrowed his eyes, and suddenly had an idea, and the idea flashed through his mind. He felt his head buzzing, as if there was some kind of will resisting, but it quieted down in a few seconds. A piece of information appeared in front of him, almost making Lin Feng laugh. The frustrated system cannot go against the will of its master. You are its last successor. If you die, it will completely disappear. You are still so awesome, kid. Do you believe that I will go to the kitchen to turn on the gas now? How about cutting your wrist for fun? The system knows it is wrong. It is begging for mercy and hopes to be forgiven by you. Forgiveness is fine, but it can't be without benefits, right? I have completed so much intelligence, why is there no big reward? Congratulations on eliminating a gangster and successfully saving a misguided youth, making a huge contribution to society. Reward points, 200 W, points, for 95 W. Your ability has evolved. Activate the new ability, Phantom Pupil. Each use requires 50 W points, duration, 60 minutes. Note, under the effect of Phantom Pupil, the target will enter the environmental script you made up. Please use this function with caution to avoid irreversible consequences. Lin Feng felt his heartbeat quicken. Thump. Thump, it's too amazing. This ability has long been beyond the scope of humans, creating illusions and making people fall into hallucinations. If it's serious, it may cause irreparable damage to the human brain. Finally, you are sensible and don't hide your shortcomings, otherwise you will die with me once I show off. Lin Feng took out a can of beer from the refrigerator, turned on the 100-inch TV, and prepared to watch the news. Jiang Long's case had a huge impact. It is still being broadcast on TV in the province, and several legal channels have also produced special columns. Recently, the crackdown on pornography has increased several times, and some ignorant hooligans have been arrested. Next, let's pay attention to national news. A group of tomb robbers targeted by the police has disappeared. It is reported that the gang has been active in the northwest region for nearly a month, entered more than 10 ancient tombs, and stole antiques worth more than 50 million yuan. The police in S province have set up a special task force to thoroughly investigate the matter. In order to prevent national treasures from being lost overseas, the Yanjing Cultural Relics Bureau has sent experts to S province to assist in solving the case. Lin Feng was stunned, quite surprised. It's 2024, there are few genuine antiques in the antique market, and there are still ancient tombs to dig. Leaving aside the moral issues, these tomb robbers are indeed good. At least they have the ability to find ancient tombs with hidden things. It's just that this line of work is too detrimental to one's virtue. Otherwise, with the cooperation of his own golden finger, he would become the king of tomb robbers. A half-immortal appeared in the Suzhou antique market. The Suzhou police reminded everyone to believe in science and reject superstition. In the end, it will be too late to lose both money and life. Chapter 98. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fuck. Do you still believe this these days? Lin Feng was speechless. There were too many Chinese people. The average IQ of the Chinese people was lowered. With a golden finger that could see through everything, he could be 100% sure that there were no ghosts in this world. At most, they were just extraordinary people who inherited some lost skills from their ancestors. Facts have proved that there is not much valuable intelligence. Most of the intelligence that you have to actively discover is to help you avoid risks. Due to the poor economic environment, there is not much business intelligence. That can make a lot of money. He thought of the intelligence blind box in the mall, 50,000 each time, and he hadn't consumed it for a long time. Anyway, he had nothing to do, so he opened the mall and prepared to draw a wave to kill time, in case he was lucky and encountered some opportunities. Who knows? Points, 50 W, remaining, for 45 W, exchange for intelligence blind box * 10. Intelligence blind box * 10 opened successfully. Huayuan Street will carry out an anti-pornography and anti-illegal operation at 8 o'clock tonight, and 125 people will be arrested. Longnan Street night market will be hit by urban management. Huaxia Lottery has a 100 million yuan prize. but it was revealed to be fake. The stock market continues to be sluggish and will break through the 2,000-point mark. It will continue to be sluggish in the next 6 months. 4 hours later, a blackmail incident occurred in Suzhou antique market. A young man was slandered by his family for helping an elderly man on the roadside. He only stopped after paying 2,000 yuan in compensation. 10 hours later, a major traffic accident occurred at the intersection of Nanhu Road. 3 cars rear-ended each other, killing 2 and injuring 10. A fake blue and white porcelain worth 5 million yuan appeared at the 5th Suzhou antique charity auction. The police have intervened in the investigation. The victim is a 30-year-old young man. 10 minutes later, Suching will have heavy rain, and some areas will experience waterlogging. It's not that Lin Feng has high requirements. This information is not useless. It's just useless. Sure enough, good things are not cheap, and cheap things are not good. He even suspected that this was a way for the system to balance points. He glanced at the last piece of information, which flashed red and marked as unread. Lin Feng had lost interest, but he bought it with 50,000 points, so he couldn't help but read it. After clicking it, a piece of information appeared in front of him. 5 hours later, the fortune teller in the antique market will be led by a group of unidentified people. This fortune teller's nickname is Chen Banxian, very famous, and a master of deception. With this skill, he earns more than 2 million yuan a year, but he got into trouble this time. The probability of being forced to break the law is 99%, and the probability of being silenced is 1%. Lin Feng was stunned. Chen Banxian? Wait a minute, half-immortal, I seem to have seen him somewhere. By the way, the news just now said that a half-immortal appeared in the antique market. Could it be a person? Lin Feng took out his mobile phone and opened the Suzhou City One-Stop app. The news section was full of local news. It included categories such as city policies, gossip and entertainment, and people's lives. Sure enough, not long after scrolling down, Lin Feng's eyes lit up and he clicked on a piece of news from yesterday. A 70-year-old man was reported for cheating in the antique market. The police from the South District Police Station have educated him. The police reminded everyone not to believe in feudal superstition. Lin Feng clicked in and took a look at the comment area. He almost collapsed. This is too weird. Is it Chen Banxian? He's selling things at the south gate of the antique market. Damn, I saw him ordering technician number 28 at Huangmao last night. Fuck, is this true? Damn him, I have to give a bad review for this. Am I a brother-in-law to him? What's that? I keep seeing him at the hair salons at the back of Anqing Street. There are always 2 of them, especially at the one at the East End. I've seen him take the boss's wife into the darkroom several times. Banxian still has integrity. I saw him give 50 yuan to a little girl begging on the street. 100 yuan. The man upstairs, you are not his hired agent, are you? Don't tell me, the couple living upstairs from me really escaped a disaster because they visited Chen Banxian and successfully avoided a stock crash. 666, bragging without thinking. Damn, it's so funny, this old man even claims that he is the descendant of the Tomb Raider. Do you believe it? Stop talking nonsense, this old man has come out. I heard that for transactions, only cash is accepted. Lin Feng vaguely felt that something was wrong with this Chen Banxian. The unknown person shown in the intelligence is meaningful. Who would be so bored as to kidnap a fortune teller on the street? Is it for his annual income of 2 million yuan? Impossible, absolutely impossible. This money is not small, but it is definitely not enough to be kidnapped. For this kind of person, you can probably extort hundreds of thousands of yuan by holding a knife to his neck, so why make such a big move fighting? Lin Feng felt that this matter was not simple. 10 minutes later, Chen Kong, who had just separated from Lin Feng not long ago, was asked out by him. It was still the private room on the 2nd floor of the tea house. He obviously didn't know the reason, and asked in confusion, Mr. Lin, is there something urgent? Yes, I have something to ask you. Go ahead. He heard that Lin Feng really had something to ask him, so he quickly got straight to the point. Do you know Chen Banxian? Chen Banxian. Chen Banyao. Banyao. He also has this name. He is a fortune teller in the antique city area, and occasionally helps people to identify treasures. I heard that he has a good reputation. I don't know him, but he is quite famous. But I heard that he was in jail not long ago and was reported by someone, but he came out not long after. Some people say that he is very cautious and only accepts cash transactions, so no substantial evidence can be caught. Lin Feng analyzed in his mind while listening, this person is very unusual, meticulous, in his 70s, and still has such a scheming mansion, although he was reported and arrested, but he was well prepared, so he was released, with an annual income of tens of millions. It is not easy to be taken away by unknown persons, there must be a story. Lin Feng smelled the smell of money. The overall environment is not good, and legitimate business can't make money. It should be okay to do some side business, right? If I can save this old man's life, it's okay to let him pay some money. There are still 3 hours before the intelligence time, and I don't have much time, so I have to hurry. Can you find him? Chen Kong was stunned and said helplessly, he used to set up a stall at the south gate of the market, but I heard that he was just released. I don't know if he will set up a stall today. After speaking, he glanced at the wall clock and said, if he sets up a stall, he should be out at this time. Let's go and take a look. Chen Kong didn't ask any more questions and followed Lin Feng out of the private room. At the same time, in the parking lot at the south gate of the antique market, a white Jinbei van was parked in the parking space. Inside the car, 6 big men were discussing something with their heads down. These men were big and strong, wearing tattered clothes, but their faces and eyes showed that they were not good people. The leading man looked to be in his early 40s, holding a photo in his hand, which showed a gray-haired old man who looked a bit wretched. Chapter 99. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This man was very famous in the Northwest when he was young. He worked as a tour guide, opened a clinic, worked as a fortune teller, and participated in group performances. However, he left the Southwest 5 years ago, and thus successfully avoided the 825 major tomb robbery case of that year. Boss, does this old man really have this ability? Why don't I think he is like that? He looks wretched and he always goes to prostitutes. Could it be that we are mistaken? Back then, people on the street called him a half-demon, and it was absolutely correct. If he hadn't been well informed and didn't participate in that operation in the end, I'm afraid the grass on his grave would be several meters high now. The fierce middle-aged man who took the lead looked at his watch and said in a deep voice, it stands to reason that he should be here if he sets up a stall. Wait, if he really shows up, let's start around 10 o'clock. Everyone nodded and closed their eyes to rest. The situation here has been investigated clearly. The market closes at 9 o'clock and there is almost no one at 10 o'clock. Chen Banxian has to set up a stall until 10 o'clock, so it's just right to start at that time. This group of people with unknown identities are not simple at first glance. The south gate of the antique market is crowded with people. There is no shortage of people who want to get rich overnight in this world. It is also because of this that some people will go bankrupt and lose nothing. Do these ladies need to be told about their fortunes? I am Chen Banxian. I know the past and the future. Seeing that you look rich, I am afraid you will make a fortune. Aren't you the liar who was caught today? You are still cheating people. You are so shameless. This is the 13th customer who has run away since the stall was open tonight. Chen Banxian sighed and leaned back in his chair to drink tea. Not long after, he took out his mobile phone and started to watch short videos. As a result, several of them were videos of himself being caught, and the number of likes was quite high. He even dug up the fact that he had taken care of a fallen girl in his old age. He regretted it very much. He knew a little about Chinese medicine, but he found out that the couple who came here were pregnant. How could he miss such a chance to make money? He said a lot of good things, and the man happily paid 10,000 yuan as a reward. It was such a good thing, but 9 months later, the child was born, but died for some reason. The other party reported him in anger. Fortunately, he was prepared. I was prepared. I can't catch you without evidence, right? Of course, I, old Chen, have traveled all over the country and played with 18-year-old girls and 80-year-old women. You want to report me? Maybe in the next life. Then what do you regret? Will you still speak without restraint in the future? Fuck, that was a mistake. There was no sense of disobedience in this question and answer, but Chen Banxian still realized that something was wrong and raised his head suddenly. On the chair over the table, a young man was sitting, looking at him with a smile. Chen Banxian frowned, and his cloudy eyes suddenly brightened, thinking that it was an enemy who came to take revenge on his fortune-teller. He had left a shadow in his heart. He regretted setting up the stall today and was ready to find an opportunity to run away. You want to run away now? I'm not here to cause trouble. You know I'm going to run away. Chen Banxian looked at Lin Feng in doubt, feeling uneasy. He didn't know where this person came from. With his cautious character, he definitely didn't want to get involved with someone who came from an unknown source, a fortune-teller who was about to pee. He was very afraid of the young man in front of him. Sir, Stop talking, are you in a hurry to pee? Chen Banxian was shocked and stared at Lin Feng blankly, at a loss. How could he know everything he was thinking? It must be an illusion. Young man, is there something wrong with your brain? I don't know you. We are all here to make a living. There is no need to kill us all, right? I don't want to bother with you. Old man, I see that you don't look very good. It's obvious that you are lacking in yang energy. Do you need a fortune-teller? This time, Chen Banxian stopped and didn't move. He sneered, do you know what I do? I know, I'm a fortune-teller. I was arrested for cheating people not long ago. Okay, stop. I don't want to waste time with you. Go back to where you came from. You haven't even grown all your hair yet, and you dare to trick me? Go to the market and ask who I am, Chen Banxian. Old man Chen is still strong and healthy. He goes to Huangmao to spend money every week. I am ashamed of myself. The old man narrowed his green bean eyes. With his experience in the underworld, he could guess that Lin Feng was most likely up to no good, but he had never offended such a person, so why was he suddenly targeted? No, he should stay away from such a person who came from an unknown source. He also has his own secrets, a person who is afraid of himself. The old man whose inner secrets were discovered and whose past was exposed wanted to break away from his previous life and didn't want to get involved in it anymore. Lin Feng's eyes were calm, and he just looked at Chen Banxian, as if he could see through his soul. What are you looking at? I'm not a woman. I don't have time to waste time with you here. Your fortune-telling skills are not good enough. The children you told people to be successful, but the results showed that they died. How dare you say that you are a half-immortal? Are you investigating me? I told you. Chen Banxian's eyes flickered, and more people were watching. Some people obviously recognized him, pointed at him, and secretly covered their mouths and laughed. The old man was a little panicked. He had just been released. If he alerted the police, he would definitely be given special questions. Life in there would be difficult, but seeing Lin Feng's relentless look, he would definitely not give up. With a turn of his eyes, he seemed to have a plan, and immediately smiled and said, let's talk somewhere else. Okay. Lin Feng was not in a hurry, as he had plenty of time. This old man was extraordinary and he was very interested. He followed Chen Banxian and came to the door of a barbecue restaurant. Little brother, shall we go in and talk? No. Why? There are policemen inside. They are squatting here to investigate cases and arrest people, so I won't go in to join in the fun. Chen Banxian's face froze. He was too familiar with this area, and even knew the actions of the police. The market has been uneasy recently, and many plainclothes officers are hiding in various shops in the market, just in case. As a local snake, Chen Banxian must know the situation, but Lin Feng, a stranger, was so clear about it, which surprised and shocked him. This kid came prepared. Are you here to cause trouble? The 70-year-old man took a stance, with a bad look on his face, as if he was going to fight if he disagreed with someone. Old man, my boss is here to save you, but you don't know how to appreciate kindness. If you don't listen to my advice, you'll be finished tonight. Who? Chen Banxian turned around and found another young man in front of him, and he looked familiar. Are you the gossiper in Nanching? Chapter 100. You are listening at novelfull.audio. They are all wandering craftsmen. If it were more than 100 years ago, they would have to announce their names and have a drink when they met. It's just that the times are different. These wandering craftsmen can't be as unscrupulous as before. In addition, there are fewer and fewer people doing the same job, so they are more vigilant when they meet. Chen Ban Yao, don't be nervous. Our boss is looking for you to save you. Save me? Why do I think you two don't look like good people? By the way, didn't you just get out? That the old man's eyes flickered, his green bean-sized eyes drooped, and it was a bit hard to figure out what he was thinking. The tomb robber who hid his real name found that the other party was not here for tomb robbery, and he breathed a sigh of relief. The sense of relaxation returned again. He felt that he could control the overall situation. The old man, whose emotions were gradually stabilizing, was thinking about how to get out. Is there a conflict between coming out and coming to you? Boy, you are still young. When I was an old man, you were still. Okay, don't teach me. I debuted later than you and I am not as capable as you, but I may not be less successful than you in this area. At least I don't have to live in fear. Humph, you too, I'll leave first if I have nothing else to do. This alley is only more than 10 meters away from the road outside the market, and you can walk out in a few steps. Chen Banxian, who had just reached the entrance of the alley, braked suddenly and stopped. An old man who was older than him fell to the ground and couldn't get up for a while. Damn, it can't be such a coincidence. Ah. Mr. Lin, what's a coincidence? Nothing, go over and take a look. This situation seems to correspond to the intelligence blind box just now. The entrance of the alley is already surrounded by people. At 8:50 in the evening, there are many pedestrians. But it's strange that no one went up to help. Chen Banxian glanced at the old man for a few times, and then he smiled and said, the world is going downhill, no one does good things anymore, and this huge wealth is gone. What do you mean, old man? Yes, what huge wealth? Remember, good people are rewarded, and you can figure it out yourself. This old man doesn't look like an ordinary person. His family is quite rich. Whoever saves him will enjoy endless wealth and glory. Old man, why don't you save him? Me? I'm not short of money, and I'm not a few years younger than him. Money is just a thing outside of my body. You can do whatever you want. This guy will never miss any opportunity to promote himself, he will do it when he gets the chance, he will leave after the matter is done. If he is right, he will be famous. If he comes here to set up a stall in a few days, it will be crowded with people and make a lot of money. Hey, you are harming people. You junior, do I need you to teach me? That he was really annoyed and wanted to leave quickly, but Lin Feng followed him again. He even dared to question his own expertise. He dared not say anything else, but he was the first in insight, and no one could be second. The old man on the ground, wearing a Tang suit worth at least 5,000 yuan, with a gold ring on his hand, and the beads around his neck were made of agate, which was priceless. Old man, you are a half-immortal, don't you know what is unpredictable? Some people are not morally qualified just because they have money. You are harming people. Humph, I have been setting up a stall to tell fortunes for so many years, what do I rely on? Do you really think it is Joey Bagua? Bullshit, I rely on my eyes. Baby, I am not relying on my age, our business relies on experience in the underworld. Speaking of his old business, Chen Banxian was so proud. It is indeed awesome. He has amassed more than 200 W in a year, and no one has caught him. He is really proud. Unfortunately, he met Lin Feng today. Really? If you walk by the river, you will get your feet wet. Sooner or later, you will pay for what you have done. Otherwise, you will not be caught. This is all accidental. Don't look at this old man wearing gold and silver, rich and noble, but his face is fierce and his eyes are full of resentment. He is not a good person. I guess he must be complaining now, why no one helps him. You are still too young. People have to save their skin. This old man may not be a good person, but he still has to save face. Chen Banxian was very sure. He simply didn't leave. If someone challenged his professional field, he would have to teach him a good lesson. Young man, you don't understand. People live on skin. Now someone saved him. I'm sure he'll be grateful and take revenge. My opinion is different from yours. Whoever saves will be in trouble. Okay, then let's see who is the most professional in this industry. The two stood outside the crowd and began to observe the development of the situation. The old man hadn't gotten up yet, and was groaning on the ground. At the front of the crowd, a young man in his early 20s hesitated for a moment and let go up. Look, there are still many kind-hearted people. This kid is going to be rich. Lin Feng did not comment. A piece of information appeared in front of him, a low-level youth who intends to make some money by doing good deeds. He rents a house here to screw screws, hoping to get some bonuses to improve his life. This is a young man who has lost confidence in life and is completely numb. He is only one step away from collapse and running away. This kind of person is very dangerous. If he is blackmailed, the final result may not be very good. As a bystander, I will definitely not intervene, and I have to teach the old man next to me a good lesson. At this time, the young man helped the old man up and asked, "Uncle, are you okay?" As soon as he finished asking, a group of people appeared outside the crowd, about 3. "Dad, are you okay? Why are you so careless? I told you, when you are old, don't run around." "Dad, how did you fall?" These 3 people are obviously the children of the old man. They are wearing gold and silver, and their family background should be good. The old man's eyes were blurry, but he suddenly opened his eyes and pointed at the young man next to him and said, "He hit me." This made the surroundings extremely quiet. The onlookers retreated in fear and dispersed in a short while. It's okay to eat melons these days, but no one wants to meddle in other people's business. Okay, young people nowadays are really shameless. Yes, you have to be responsible. My dad seems to have a fracture. Boy, do you want to run? I was the one who saved him, I didn't hit him. Bullshit, you saved my dad. Then why didn't others save him? Only you. If you didn't hit him, why save him? Still want to quibble? Don't run, we have called the police. The young man's face changed drastically. He knew he had met an unreasonable person, but now there is no way to defend himself. Looking around, the onlookers had already dispersed, and there was no one to testify for him. In the alley, Chen Banxian was stunned, his head was buzzing. Suddenly, he looked at Lin Feng with a serious look in his eyes. This time he met a tough guy. This young man was definitely not simple.